Hey folks, it's me, Michael Bach, your diversity dude, and this is Monday Morning Musings. Happy Monday, all. Welcome back to me. Just back from a couple weeks vacation where I spent 2 weeks focused on my new book, even though the first one isn't published yet, but let's not focus on how weird that seems. Anyway, when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about this morning, I was kind of struggling because it was like, oh, it's been 24/7 COVID for weeks and weeks, and the BLM conversation seems to be petering off. Unfortunately, Breonna Taylor, she isn't trending anymore, and yet her murderers are walking free, and I was like, oh, what am I going to talk about? And lo and behold, my friends at BLM did something again. So yay, you. If you're not familiar, I'll post a link down below. Essentially, during a protest yesterday or Saturday, I think. Yeah, Saturday here in Toronto, they at Queen's Park, the Parliament buildings, they sprayed paint all over a couple statues. One of Egerton Ryerson, not a good name. But Egerton Ryerson, who was a politician and the namesake of Ryerson University, and John A. Macdonald, Canada's first prime minister. And they spray painted pink, bright pink. And they ended up in the protest. 3 protesters ended up in jail. And I'm not going to get into whether or not they were held unlawfully. It's none of my, I don't know yet. I'm not paying attention to that. But I want to talk about the symbolism. The symbolism. First of all, thank you, BLM. I love me some pink. I think it's a beautiful choice. I think it probably improves the ugly statues of old white men sitting on horses. But these symbols and why they still exist in our society today. Why do we continue to celebrate these people? And just so you're aware, Dr. Ryerson and Mr. Macdonald, while they were, are the architects of what Canada is today, they also did some stuff that's really not cool. And I just want to read you a quote from Dr. Ryerson from a report from 1847 on reporting on Indian schools, what we now know as the residential schools. And he said, quote, "It is a fact established by numerous experiments that the North American Indian cannot be civilized or preserved in a state of civilization, including habits of industry and sobriety, except in connection with, if not by the influence of, not only religious instruction and sentiment, but of religious feelings." Egerton and Macdonald were the architects of what we now call the residential school system. They were the architects of, I believe, largely what is Canada's darkest moment. And we've got through this whole reconciliation process, or we're going through, we're not through it by any stretch of the imagination. But we're going through reconciliation, and part of reconciliation is acknowledging our past and owning up to it. And owning up to it means saying, you know what? Ryerson and Macdonald were really bad dudes. We're not going to celebrate them anymore. We're going to take down the statues. We're going to rename the school. We're going to rename the streets. It's not about erasing history. No one is trying to dismantle Macdonald or Ryerson's accomplishments. But why do we have to, and there were some good, mixed in with a whole lot of bad, but why do we have to continue to celebrate them? It'd be like me showing up at a BLM event dressed in a Ku Klux Klan outfit. And me being like, what? It's just a robe. It's a symbol. It's a symbol of a really unfortunate history. And putting those symbols into a closet somewhere is an important step towards reconciliation. We're not trying to rewrite history. We're trying to rewrite the future. So I'm calling on every mayor and city council, every politician, premier, the prime minister. It's time to start doing some renaming. It's time to systematically go through, remove statues, rename streets. Ryerson University, you need a new name. It's time. It's through all of those things that we will really move, at least start to move towards reconciliation. But until we do that, we continue to celebrate the symbols of oppression that are largely responsible for where we are today. Something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Remember to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the link and like the video. Like, give it a like. And share it with your friends on social media. I'm sure they would love to know what I think. I'm sure they're just desperately wondering what I think. Remember to connect with me on social media. I am at DiversityDudeMB, and connect with CCDI. They are at CCDI Social. Also, my book is coming out. I was so excited. I looked on the Apple bookstore, and there it is, available for pre-order. Release is in 2 weeks, tomorrow, August 4th. So make sure you get a copy, pre-order it. It's called Birds Fall Feathers, Doing Diversity and Inclusion Right. And you can find the links to that at my website at michaelbach.com, and then click on the books, because there's more than one, or there will be. That's it, I think. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, talking to Canadians. I don't want to talk about that. Well, I'm going to talk about that another time, because there's some exciting stuff coming up talking to Canadians. That's it. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. And I'll see you next week for another episode of Monday Morning Musings.